So now we were on step 5 of the Simple Raglan Sweater tutorial, and this step is to knit the body of the sweater. So the body of the sweater in this pattern has 2 rounds. So the first round, we've already knit the first stitch, and the first round is to knit the first stitch, purl the second stitch, and then we're going to knit across the back of the sweater to a certain amount of stitches before the end of, or not the end of round, but for our next marker. So in most cases, it'll be to 2 stitches before the marker, but if you are working the adult extra large to the 4 extra large, you have cast on stitches here. So we're going to knit to a few more stitches before the marker. So what you do, so we just knit across the back stitches, that's our first step. So knit across the back stitches till 2 stitches before the first marker, and the size that I'm doing is 2 stitches. And remember, if you're working the adult extra large to 4 extra large, it's going to be more stitches than just 2. So just keep that in mind. And so then once we get to that our required amount of stitches before the marker, we're going to purl a stitch, and then we're going to knit to the marker. So in my case, I have 1 stitch to knit. And then I'm going to slip my marker, and then we are on to the front stitches. So we're going to knit the first stitch, purl the second stitch, and then we're going to knit across the front stitches to the required amount of stitches before the marker. And in most cases, it will be 2 stitches. So I knit across the front stitches to the required amount of stitches before the marker. And on this side, I actually left the cast on stitches just to show you how that works. So in this case, it's 6 stitches before the marker. But remember, in most cases, it'll just be 2. So you're going to purl the first stitch, and then you're going to knit the stitches to the marker. And in most cases, it'll be 1 stitch, and then you'll slip the marker. But because I cast on 4 here to show you, we'll knit across these cast on stitches. And then we'll slip our marker. And that was the first round. So round 2 of the body is very simple. It's just a knit. You're going to knit all the way around this round. So just pulling that tight there to join the body. And we're just going to knit across the back stitches, all of the sleeve stitches, the front stitches, and the last sleeve stitches. And that's how simple this raglan sweater is. It's 2 rounds. So you'll knit the second round all knit, and then you'll come back to round 1, and you'll do the same thing with the purl and with the added purl stitches in there. And then you will work this body to the required length, and you're going to measure from the underarm. And in this pattern, there's actually 2 different sizes, a short length and a long length. So you will decide which size you are going to knit, and then you will knit the edge, and then we'll work on the sleeves.